Welcome, Cap Fam. We are doing another 80 update to get you up to date on what is happening in Capital Athletics. And we bring no one else to the table but the Director of Athletics and Recreation, Ms. Dixie Jeffers. And Coach, I think that we're all glad that 2020 is behind us. We're hoping that 2021 is a little bit kinder to us all. And so far, I think we can say that it has been. We had our first athletic contest of the season with men's basketball kicking it off for us against Muskingum. So how did it feel to be able to watch a live sporting event at Capitol for the first time in nearly a year?
Well, to watch our team and our coaches in action on Friday night because we were down with COVID protocol was awesome. Was it different and strange? Absolutely. But those kids really wanted to be out there, and they gave everything they had Friday night and lost a tough one. They came back Saturday on the road and came back from 15 down and pulled one out, and it was so exciting. And the kids are glad to be back in general on campus, but they're just loving being able to get busy again in athletics.
I know that you and I have talked a lot about it, but just what does it mean for a student athlete? It doesn't matter whether it's high school, college, or elsewise, but what does it mean for a student athlete to get back out there doing what they love and playing a sport that really keeps them active?
I tell you, I've had mixed emotions because we've had to try to go for safety first, and we continue to go for safety first. But because I'm still in the trenches, to watch these kids laugh and to give everything they have in the practices and then watch them in the games, we're doing the right thing. And I am appreciative of our administration for backing this. And I'm appreciative of our coaches continue to pursue safety first and follow the protocol to get these kids up and running, because it's the right thing to do. Our kids from a mental and physical standpoint just need to play. And we know that we're going to have ups and downs. We've already been there. I've been the first one in the conference that experienced that, but we knew that when we started. And we're hopefully back in action this Friday and continue this as much as we can. And we're going to have stops and we're going to have starts, and throughout the conference where we have, but we're having more success than we're not right now. And until we have it flip, and hopefully it doesn't, we're going to continue to move forward.
Now, I know that you said that your program was the first to experience some sort of scheduling alteration, but we're a week into the season thus far. How do you feel that the testing and the protocols are working, not just here at Capitol, but maybe across the league?
Well, I can't speak to the league as a whole because you get a lot of chatter from different contingencies throughout the conference. You got the ADs talking, you got the coaches talking, you got the student athletes talking, you got the athletic trainers talking. So you have to cipher through everything and sift through what's really happening and what's not. I can just talk about what our medical staff's doing, and I cannot say enough good things. Our medical staff is top notch, and if I'm going into a pandemic, I want our medical staff as the ones that are helping us lead us through this. They're not only doing the entire athletic protocol, they're doing the university protocol. So that means that they're not only testing the student athletes, but they're testing the entire university, and they test every day. And sometimes it is 7 days a week. And we're asking a lot of them, and it just shows the confidence the university has in them. And I think we're in great hands, and I think our protocol has been spot on. And when we identify some things, we take the extra precaution to prove through a PCR test and confirm that it's a positive test.
So we've already seen some scheduling amendments already. We've been down that road. The first came from your program in women's basketball, but there were others around the conference that were impacted this past week. Generally speaking, what challenges does missing a week or two of action bring to the table and bringing everybody back out to compete the next time out?
It is challenging, and I would be not telling you the truth if we didn't tell our people in isolation to stay in isolation and tell the kids that were in quarantine to bundle up and get out and run, because it does take a toll on you. And there isn't any protocol that prohibits us from not going outside and running and so forth to try to keep in somewhat of shape so we can return to safe play. But the challenges we're going to find out this weekend, because we're going to have 3 days to prepare before we go off on Friday, but the kids are so excited. The adrenaline will carry us through Friday night. I'm not sure what carries through Saturday, but the adrenaline will definitely carry us through on Friday. And there's challenges, but we knew this is how it was going to look. And the kids continue to be resilient, and the coaches continue to be resilient. And we're just moving forward and trying to get as much normalcy as we possibly can.
We're talking with Interim Director of Athletics and Recreation, Dixie Jeffers, on our AD update. You know, track and field also got underway this week, Coach, and Capital's Josh Miller started off the season with a bang and a broken record. We'll be actually hosting a meet this weekend. You know, we got through a basketball game day and did really well with that, but how is track and field going to be different, or perhaps what challenges will be unique to hosting a track meet in this COVID era?
I think everyone needs to understand that each sport presents a unique challenge. For us, we take the entire first floor just to pull off one event. So for track's not going to be any different. So we're going to take the arena and make team camps in the arena for the teams to safely social distance in there and so forth. We have limited the number of people that can actually be in here at one time. That goes with the workers, that goes with the student athletes, that goes with the coaches. Our total is 150 total. And never at one time will we have 150 back in the back of the field house. So you're not going to be coming back there until it's your event and so forth. So we're going to have probably around, we've done the figuring, around 120 or less that are student athletes. And then if a team cannot come due to COVID protocol, then we just move on with what the field is at that point in time, instead of trying to call and say, can you fit us in and so forth. We've talked about it, but it's maybe probably not feasible to do. And the next thing is, if we can get to March 1st, with the presidents will review again if we can have participants in the stand, which I know that our fans out there are particularly interested in, and we are too. It's a little different not playing with fans and so forth, but we've upgraded our box cast and our video and changed the way that we broadcast in the gym just to help to make things better.
Coach, that'll be one of the exciting things that are happening in Capital Athletics this week and beyond. But when you look at the rest of the department, or maybe what else is on the horizon for Capital Athletics coming up, what do you feel are some of the more exciting things that have you pumped up for the upcoming weeks?
Well, all sports are in full go, and that's what everybody doesn't understand. Now, when I say full go, we're up and running, but we're up and running in reduced numbers. So what people have to understand is if we're indoors, we're into pods. Even men and women's basketball and track are running in smaller numbers and doing things in smaller numbers, just trying to stay up. So our baseball and our softball teams are inside, but they are 10 or less, and they're getting individual work. And it actually, to me, is the safe way to try to reacclimate. Our football team was out on the field today in small groups, but working very, very hard. We're going to have a lot of tired young people tonight for sure. And maybe there'll be less activity in the dorms or the resident halls, and they'll sleep a little bit better.
I heard the ping of the bat and the pop of the glove today, and I can't tell you how really excited that made me feel. That's for sure.
I had told several people when I walked into work this morning that it was really neat to be able to see the kids up and running. I've seen student athletes being rehabbed. So we are looking a lot more normal, but we're not out of the woods, and we still have to be very safe and very much aware of the protocol. And as long as we stay aware of the protocol, and we're testing, if you're in that tier 1 where you're an indoor sport, we're testing 3 times a week. And if you're the other sports that are outside, we're testing 25% every week. And it's a random type test who gets pulled, the coaches tell them, but we're constantly testing to ensure the safety of our community in Bexley and to ensure the safety of our campus community, and for sure to ensure the safety of all the athletic department and staff.
Coach, this week it is Columbus Restaurant Week here in the community, and I know that you love to support local business. So what do you, or where do you recommend people to maybe not go out and, mingle and whatnot, but maybe take some carry out and support some local businesses? Where are you going to be going, or where are some places that you recommend?
I'm really huge on supporting our local businesses, to the point that when we returned after Christmas break, I went out and bought gift cards from local businesses to give to the kids so they could go ahead, order the food, drive up, pick it up, and keep going. And, a favorite of mine is planks. Planks Pizza. You gotta like Johnny and everybody over there. It's one of my favorite places to go after games and so forth. And it's a well kept secret, but one of the best pizzas in town. You look at the Rusty Bucket, you look at Piata, and then the kids' favorite Chipotle, Jimmy John's. Any of these people all need supported, and I think that as a community, we all know that we can't go in, but we definitely need to support these people because they have been avid sponsors of ours for years.
Absolutely. Planks on Parsons. That's the one that you want to head to and get that it's a very unique pizza crust. I will give you that. And it's delicious.
Tell them Dixie sent you.
You might get VIP seating, whether that's indoor or outdoor. I don't know. Well, Coach, some of the other really exciting things that are happening, not necessarily at Capitol, but around the country is it's Super Bowl time. So I know that you're a big sports fan. You were certainly probably watching this past weekend. We got the two teams that are going to be in with the Bucs and the Chiefs. So what's your pick?
Well, I was really disappointed in Green Bay. I thought they had great opportunities. We're not going to go into the game analysis, but wow, Tom Brady. I'm not going against Tom Brady. I like the Chiefs, but they won it last year. I always like a new flavor. And why not make a little bit more history with Tom Brady? I'm going with the Bucs.
All right. Well, I'm kind of suffering with Bills Mafia right now, but I'm going to have to go against you here and pick the Chiefs just because it's hard to pick against Patty Mahomes. But we'll see who comes out the victor on the other end of that one. But we got a couple.
If I had some of the receivers he had that run like little jackrabbits, I would. It's hard to go against them, but I want to see history made. So.
All right. Well, we'll see it. It's going to be a couple weeks, though, before we get to tune into that game. So in the meantime, what has the Dixie Jeffers stamp of approval of things to watch before we get to the Super Bowl?
Anything Capitol related. We've got a lot of things going on here. Men and women's basketball is Friday, Saturday, and you can tune in. If you can get two monitors going, you can watch us both at one time. But it's just great watching these kids again. It's just great being a part of this. And we've made through COVID, when people thought we couldn't do this, when a lot of institutions throughout the country have turned away from even attempting this. I can guarantee if you surveyed our kids right now, they would tell you that we're doing the right things. And just watch as much sports, be happy, treat one another kind, and watch some movies. Put the fireplace on. Just do something that everybody can relax because COVID still got us all on edge.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll take that recommendation. And, of course, you can watch all of your favorite Capitol athletic teams on OAC TV on your Android or your Apple device, on Amazon Fire, or on your Roku unit. Or just go to oac.boxcast.com so that you can watch it on your laptop or your desktop as well. There are options aplenty. So, Coach, thank you very much for taking the time in this AD update. And we can't wait to talk to you 2 weeks from now to see what else is new and exciting when we get into the month of February.
I just want everybody to know before I sign off here of how much I appreciate you and your staff. You go above and beyond the time that's needed and have, just like my medical team. You've been there the whole way, and I want to tell you personally how much I appreciate you, and I hope the staff's telling you how much they appreciate you too, and if not, they will. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Coach, and special kudos to Ray Delgado, my assistant out there, helping make it happen as well. So we'll wrap up this case of the AD update, and we'll keep on moving forward as we get into the latter weeks of January and march on in to February. Thanks,
One more
Coach.
thing, Josh Miller, keep going, baby, because you're going to bring it home.
And if you haven't seen what Josh did with a new record in his hands, go to athletics.capitol.edu to read up on Josh and his accomplishments. Thanks, Coach.
Here.